What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and my new player progression in 2020. Now, I've been in Chaos 2, I've had some rough luck with RNG, and I'm just not getting the drops. I still got a little ways to go before I can get Chaos 3 unlocked. You see, I'm at 886 champion score now. Of course, I need to get to 1050 before I can move up into Chaos 3. Now, one important thing when you're progressing is just using what you've got. Now, obviously, there's shards that you want to shoot for. Destruction, defense range, and deadly strikes are very important shards, particularly as you're progressing up. However, you've got to use the things you've got in your bag, and it's best to just go through those and make a build from what you have than it is to try to create something out of something you don't have. Now, the last map I ran, I just happened to run into a Stunfire shard, which isn't some super high-end amazing shard, but it's not too bad either, and I just happen to have one, so it just makes it a natural that I would want to stick with a shard like this. Now, that brings us to one more question. Now, of course, through this playthrough, my squire has just been doing spike blockades and nothing else. So all of my ascension is dumped into defense health, and I don't want to re-roll and spend 200 defender medals, and I don't have 50 gems to spend. So to go ahead and reset my ascension, I am just going to go ahead and delete that hero. All of his shards and gear will dump into his bag, and then I'm going to create a new hero. So delete the old, create a new. Since we already have a level 50, we're able to start this character right off at level 50, and there we go. We just earned ourselves a free Ascension reset, as now this is a brand new character, so the points have never been applied. So I can go ahead and re-equip all of the gear he had. Let's go ahead and get his totem back on his spike blockades. Let's get, I guess we'll go with this relic on the cannonballs, and use that Stunfire shard in the mix. Now, of course, since this is now a damaging defense builder, we want to throw all of our points in utility into defense crit chance, all of our points in defense into defense speed, and I'm not going to be DPSing on the hero, so what I use in the offense category doesn't even matter. I'm just going to drop them right there into hero damage. Now, we are in Chaos 2. Now, Chaos 2, the special enemy, of course, is Cyborgs, which will disable ground traps, R's, and nodes. So no ground traps, R's, and nodes. We don't want to use those. Let's go ahead and hop on in and see what we can do. And this time around, let's go to the forest biome in Chaos 2. And here we are again, back to the most important loading screen in the game. I keep saying that, and the reason being is you really should get to know those enemies that are on the screen. Now, we're going to switch our build up just a little bit this time. I chose the forest biome map because we've got 4 lanes, plus 2 flyer lanes, and we've got 1250 DU to spend. So the amount of DU we get here is extremely generous, and I want to go ahead and change up the build a little bit and what I've been doing. Now, what I've done so far has been, of course, Poison Dart Towers and Earth Shatters here in Chaos 2. I want to go ahead and switch that over to using Cannonballs. Now, Cannonballs are a single target projectile defense, meaning that I don't have anything to clear packs of enemies. So, in addition to using Cannonballs, I'm going to go ahead and throw some of the Apprentice flamethrowers in the mix as well. So, let's go ahead and move our Earth Shatter Relic over to flamethrowers. And let's grab those 2 shards and put those in flamethrowers as well. Now we're set up for flamethrowers instead of the Earth Shatter Tower. Now this particular map does have some flyers, and I'm going to want to be cautious of those. So I may end up using a Sky Guard. We're going to see how it goes. The cannonballs will hit flyers, however, they are going to hit ground mobs as well, of course, which means the cannons can really get sidetracked from those flyers pretty darn easily. Let's go ahead and get the rest of our shards that I forgot to resubmit, and let's go ahead and build it out. So with 1250 DU, we've got what? 300 DU, 310, 312.5 DU per lane. We'll just call it 310. So if I go ahead and put 2 walls like so, that's 60 DU. Now I wanted to use some flamethrowers. The best way to use flamethrowers, of course, is going to be just to kind of put them off in the side somewhere, or up front, wherever you want them, where they're not getting cleaved on. Now I do expect lots of mobs to build up on the walls, so I am going to put them where they are going to hit the enemies at the walls. I'm going to go ahead and throw another one over at this side. And I've spent 140 DU now. I've got 160 left for this lane. Cannonballs, of course, are 30 each, and that is going to allow to go ahead and put 5 cannonballs, and I'll end up actually having a little bit of leftover DU after using these cannons. Now, I do want to set these up the rest of the way. What do we have for shards again? All we've got is Stunfire on there. I'm not going to use the Poison Dart Tower this round, so we can go ahead and grab those shards out of there. We've got the Stunfire. I want to use the next best 2 shards, which is going to be Defense Rate and Destruction, and that's going to leave me an extra Defense Crit Damage shard that's not upgraded. Let's throw it... Let's just leave it in our bag for now. We don't really even need it this particular run, because all of our shard slots are full. You know what? We'd actually be better off without the marked targets. I had marked targets in there that I got from the Christmas tree. So let's go ahead. Oh, it's already got defense crit damage on it. Alright, we'll just leave it as it is then. So I've got 290 DU spent with 5 cannonballs, 2 flamethrowers. Let's go ahead and rinse and repeat on every lane, and then we'll take a look and see what's left afterwards. So I'm going to go right about at the base of the stairs here. Actually, could go a little farther over to the left, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. We're going to go ahead and go with the 5 cannonballs. I don't like how that one is placed, so let me go ahead and redirect. And then, in addition to the 5 cannonballs, we're going to throw down 2 flamethrowers as well. And just want to make sure that they are able to hit the walls. So, right there. And we'll go, say, right there. Now let's rinse and repeat one more time right here on this lane. I think here for this one, where do we want it? We don't want it all the way back here as it opens up so wide. Let's go right about here with the walls. And then, let's actually move them up even a little bit further than that. Let's go right about here with the walls. The cannons work really, really well when they have full range on their shots, because remember that it's a projectile defense. So if the shot fires into something blocking the path, then it's just going to explode on it and not do any damage. Now, the cannons, of course, have got a downhill view now, which is going to make that a little bit better. And then I think for this side, let's go ahead and put both of the flamethrowers over here off to the side. Both of them, of course, able to hit the wall still. And then we've got one more lane left to go, but we're going to end up having a lot of leftover DU. And I'm going to spend that on these 2 outer lanes, since they do have flyers as well. So let's go ahead and go with our walls and our 5 cannons. We'll throw our flamethrowers in up front. Let's go 1 right there. It's in range of the walls, and we'll go 1 right here. Basically, I'm just putting them far enough back where when the melee mobs swing, I don't want them to hit the flamethrowers. And then that actually leaves, what, 90 DU left. That's quite a bit left. There's a lot of things I could do with that. I'm tempted to go ahead and throw a Skyguard down. You know what? Let's do it. Let's throw a Skyguard right over here, and I should have just went on and put one over on the other side. Or put something. Or you know what? We just don't have. We've got 40 left. Let's see now. Let's go ahead and... I still want a Skyguard. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of 1 flamethrower. Go with a Skyguard out here. And then that's going to leave me 30. And I will put in another cannonball in the back with it. Now we've got a pretty mean cannonball set up here. And still DPSing on the Huntress. Don't really have... I'm collecting lots of shards now, but don't really have any standouts. Haven't upgraded hardly anything on the Huntress herself. I upgraded that Inspiration, and then Construction and Critical Strike. Sadly, still no speed shards, so I am slow moving it. But let's take off here into wave number 1 and check out these Stunfire cannons in action. Now, any crowd control you can get is going to help you out. That's why I was trying to push for the Petrify combo before. However, Stunfire is not perfect. It's definitely far from perfect DPS. It does, or crowd control, pardon me. It does do good, and it's better than not having any crowd control. But on the same note, it's just not absolutely spectacular either. However, we are just pounding away. Now that is one of the benefits of using a build like this, is you've got hard-hitting single target DPS. The cannonballs do hit relatively hard. You see it's at 87,000 damage per second. They're hitting for 119,000 per shot. So they're burning through a lot of these mobs pretty quick. As you see, quite a few of the mobs don't even have that much health. The little goblins are all going to be a one-shot there. And it will allow for these mobs just to burn right out. Now we see one flamethrower is definitely taking some damage. Let's get back over there as quick as we can. I'm going to have to replace that one just a little bit. And I believe what's happening is it's getting hit by the little ranged goblins. So I may have to move it up to the other side, which we can do here right as soon as we get the break. So all in all, though, did really good. It cleared out most of the mobs. Now, once again, this map is very generous with the defense units it does allow, so that is always a good thing. And you see we're getting a little push on this lane, but those cannons are doing the best they can there. Once again, it comes down to, a lot of times, just the Wither Beast. If you have a lane that's getting pushed like this one just was, you come over here, you see there's a Wither Beast in the ground. You get rid of that Wither Beast, and the mobs just all burn. Let's go ahead and check the far lane. It looks like the last big push will be here. And then we've got flyers rolling in as well. But I'm just going to do my best to assist here with the flyers, and all of the ground lane completely just got burned up. Alright, a little hitch there. Alright, so let's head back on over and take a look at that flamethrower. That was obviously not at a good spot. It's taking damage. That's just random AoE damage from the little goblin bombers. So that spot is not going to work. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. And let's see, we can put it further out if we chose to. But then it's not going to get as good a coverage on the walls. But let's try it right here and see how we can do. Now, since that wall took some damage, let's upgrade it. And then we've got lots of DU, or remaining mana, left over. So might as well upgrade a bunch of our damaging defenses here to guarantee that we burn through this. Now, this should be my very last map in Chaos 2. If I'm close but not quite there yet, I will probably just upgrade a piece to get my champion score up high enough to unlock Chaos 3. And then our builds will completely change again to focus on a different special Chaos enemy. Let's go ahead and get it started here. I'm going to try to stay over to this left lane. I move so slow without having that speed shard that is one of the problems with a larger map like this, is it's just really difficult to get around. If there's an issue on another lane, there's a really good chance I just won't make it over there in time, because this is a large map. So make sure you're overbuilding the other lanes and where you can kind of park yourself on one particular lane. If you've got any extra DU, it's normally going to be better to throw defenses on a lane that you don't plan on being on. That way you can just focus all your energy where you want to be. Let's go ahead and upgrade that bad boy. And just keep going. We got 240 mobs left. And you can see the stun animations over their head when it gets the little twirly symbol and they're rocking back and forth. But a lot of these mobs are getting one shot. So even though the cannons are single target damage, they do hit hard. And with them hitting as hard as they do, it makes it where it will still burn through a pack, even though they're single target. Now, of course, we're getting some help from our flamethrower friends here as well. And they're getting a little just AoE pack clearing damage going on those. That center right lane is still just getting pushed. It looks like the wall is getting beat up on. Maybe I've got bad placement on something. But yeah, that left wall here is definitely taking a pounding. Once again, we look at it again, and the Wither Beast is indeed there. The Wither Beast is always there when there's an issue. I'm going to guess there's probably going to be one in the ground over on this lane too. Actually, it doesn't look like there is. But we do have the flyers rolling in. Let's just give them as much help as we can here. I didn't upgrade this lane last time, so this wave I will spend my DU focused right here. Now, running around all over the map, I just completely ignored the Plaguing Hawk. And as you see, even completely ignoring the Plaguing Hawk, having that many hard-hitting single-target defenses, that's where it really shines, is against the bosses. So let's go ahead and upgrade that Sky Guard. Let's upgrade those two walls. Let's just get all of these defenses on this side upgraded, just to make sure we don't have any issues. We should be good there now. And then this lane was having a little problem too, so let's go ahead and throw a few more upgrades onto this lane right here. We can go ahead and hit both of these walls and both of those flamethrowers there as well. Anything left? Looks like we do have enough for another up. Let's throw it on that wall. Now, taking a look at our bosses for Wave 3, we've got a Siege Roller and a Skelly. So let's go ahead and let them come, and we'll have to keep an eye out for both of those bosses here on this lane. Now, there's our Wither Beast on this side. Let's go ahead and kill it. We know we're going to have a Wither Beast in the ground, probably on this second middle lane. Either in the ground or heading there relatively shortly. See, no Wither Beast yet. Just keep an eye on the mini-map. I do want to make sure that that far lane, the lower one on the mini-map, doesn't get hurt while I'm over here trying to remove these Wither Beasts before they get burrowed. So let's head back over there in all of our full run speed glory here. You can do it, girl. You can do it. And here we go. Perfect timing. The Siege Roller's coming out. Now, as I'm running up here, too, make sure that you're not getting your defenses in cleave range. So when the enemies take swings at you and they're a melee enemy, they are going to be hitting whatever's in the area. So make sure you're not getting your towers chewed up just from you standing there. Start working on this pack behind the Siege Roller here. See if we can't get that cleared out. Got a mage in there too, which kind of stinks. And we got a nice shot off on the siege there. Gonna just keep burning it. Watch out for this Warboar here. He is getting way too uppity for his own good. I am really low on health. And down I go. Now the Siege Roller, of course, is at 500 health. There will be more than enough time for me to get over there to it, because the cannonballs, although they're not doing a ton of damage to it, they are stunning it. So getting a little bit of that crowd control benefit from that Stunfire shard. And Siege almost down. And Siege gone. And then, perfect timing, we've got Slakelion coming. Now, Slakelion, we remember, is going to respawn at other waves, so I'm going to just try to get it wrecked already. See if I can't just get him burned out. I don't want him starting the wave off wailing away on my walls, so let's buy ourselves a little bit of time anyway. And there we go. Now, looking at the mini-map, we have got us a blinker. We got a wall about to drop here in the middle, so let's go ahead and head over there. Hopefully we're able to get a repair off. Looks like we got plenty of time. And it's a mage back here just taking pot shots, of course. And it's a problem that will be resolved by itself just as we level up and get more shards. But our defenses just don't have enough range to get out there to hit those enemies. And there we go. Let's go ahead and throw some more upgrades here on this lane. And since the cannons are doing the majority of the work, let's get them upgraded. And then, you know what, let's dump a little here too. How are we doing on the far lane? I've got 150 left. That'll be a few upgrades over here. I'm thinking it might be better even just to throw an upgrade on the Sky Guard. Get that Sky Guard all nice and juicy. And that is going to get it. So let's look at Wave 4. We've got a Captain and another Skelly on the way here. We're going to have to fight right here in this wave one more time. Now remember, we got Slakelion that respawned to start the wave. So we got a boss right up front that we need to burn out. Now, if you're going to CC them like I just did, make sure you're CCing them within range of your defenses. That way when you crowd control them, there's something besides just you hitting it. Yeah, here come the cyborgs. Cyborgs getting wrecked up without too much problem. Looks like we took a little splash damage here on that flamethrower. This is a great map for abilities that go down entire lanes. The Huntress, the Tornado from the Apprentice. This is just a really, really great map for those types of damaging heroes. Now here comes the Captain. We're going to have to put some work on the Captain for sure. And he is going to run out here quick. So looking at the mini-map, we've got a little build up over in that next lane over, but nothing too excessive right at the moment. Get a repair on that wall, and the Captain's down. So GG there. Let those cannonballs shine. You see, the cannons are a little too close. They took a little cleave damage from the Captain there with his crazy melee swings. And then the mages in the back, let's get them all burned out. And still 200 mobs, lots of mobs left. We're having that issue again on the center lane. Actually, it's on the other lane. It's on this close one this time. It looks like it's got a lot of goblins. Oh, we actually lost one of our walls. Now remember, nothing to panic about. We still have another wall down there. Make sure this wall doesn't drop. And we're still going to have something down there pulling aggro. So the problem we got here is we had a bunch of ranged mobs. Plus we've got that mage, or mages in the back that are just constantly spawning those skeletons. While we're here, we might as well come on over here and work on this pack a little bit. See, we got a Wither Beast in the ground. You can see that telltale sign of the Wither Beast buffing its homies there on all the way up onto the wall section there. See if we can't burn the Wither Beast out. Looks like we got it, so GG there. And then I'm not even going to bother with that wall yet. I will wait until we hit the break. Of course, you could always switch to your Squire and get that wall repaired up, or get that wall replaced. And then we got a Plaguing Hawk as our second boss. So it's not a Slakelion, it's not going to respawn. I don't really have to worry about it too much. I'm just going to clear this pack and then run over there at our super speed and see if I can't provide any assistance over here to this Plaguing Hawk before he gets all the way on top of all the walls. Doesn't look like, looks like the cannons are going to put the work in long before I get there. Yeah, Plaguing Hawk down. Alright, so wave number 5. We do have a wall to rebuild here. Let's go ahead and drop a freshie down. And then let's go ahead and repair that wall since it was, or upgrade that wall since it was taking a little more damage. Let's upgrade both of those flamethrowers and a few of those cannons, and I think we should be good. Now let's see, what do we have? We should have a boss right here. We've got a Skelly here. We've got a Drakenlord there. And we've got an Ogre. Now remember, the Drakenlord's shield is going to require the Ignite combo to get rid of it, which is a combination of oil and fire damage. Now, the last time I saw a Drakenlord, we actually were spamming Flame Auras, so we had our fire damage in place. What we're going to need to do to kill the Drakenlord this time is we're going to have to oil it with our oil flask, and then we're going to have to use our Phoenix for the fire damage to ignite it. So we can still kill the Drakenlord without any problems, but we don't have all the fancy shards. Unless the Drakenlord is up here close by the flamethrowers, there won't be any fire damage available. So our best bet is going to be just to ignite them ourselves. Now, once again, we got Slakelion, who will constantly respawn, so let's burn that dude out. Oh, he's gone. Wither Beast down. Looks like it decided to come all the way into range of the cannons that time. That is a good thing. And remember, you're going to need 150 ability mana. So you need 150 of your blue mana to kill the Drakenlord. So don't go spamming all your defenses and not have the mana to take the shield off. Make sure you are capable of throwing down that Petrify combo as soon as you want to. You know, you don't want to have to wait for your mana to come back just to get that one boss killed. Now what I'm going to do here is try to snipe this Ogre and get it completely out of the picture before the Drakenlord gets here. See, I'm at 200 mana. The Ogre is actually getting CC'd by the Drakenlord's bubble, so that's not helping. Let's go ahead and throw a repair on that. We're going to have to just go ahead and get it. So we're going to throw oil at him, and then we're going to ignite him. Actually, the flamethrower got the ignition off, and the Drakenlord got smoked. So now we need to back off, because we don't want that Ogre to stop and kill all of our cannonballs. Now that the Ogre's down, we can go ahead and head on back up and clear out the rest of these packs. Took a little bit of damage here. That Skyguard got chewed up on, and we still have 300 mobs left, so I do want to make sure I'm being careful there. We see this close lane is really getting chewed on again, so let's get over here, and let's actually get the repair off this time instead of letting that wall drop. So we still got plenty of mana. Every opportunity just to make sure we have plenty of repair mana, I'm going to just jump up into the fray and collect a bunch of that, just to ensure we keep plenty of it around. Down to 200 mobs left. Now we don't have to worry about saving any of our ability mana, and we can just burn up these mobs. Burn these bad boys down as quick as we can here. Come on, mages. Come on up into flamethrower range, would you? The mages just don't want to come up into the range of those flamethrowers or cannonballs, but, you know, we got them. We got them handled. And then now, oh, we lost a Spike Blockade on this lane. Once again, nothing to worry about. We still have a second wall there for aggro. We do have a Wither Beast in the ground right there, as you see, and a second one digging in. So we're going to make sure to get those burned out. Actually, it looks like we had 3 total right there. Let's just go ahead and get all of the meat we can on this lane until these Wither Beasts are dead. It looks like all the Wither Beasts are down now, so we should be good. Let's just keep that wall repaired up. And it looks like it's GG for this lane as well, as soon as we get this mage burned down. And then dragging up from the rear, we've got the Slakelion rolling out at the end. One thing you will learn very quickly about the skeletons in the game is they just walk really slow. Making it so you've got all the time in the world to go kill them. I'm not even going to sweat it. I'm going to go ahead and get the assist in on all these other lanes instead. See, all we've got left now, and the cannonballs are actually doing their thing. Slakelion down, and we got us a win. So this should be my very last map in Chaos 2. I should be able to move on in to Chaos number 3 for the next video. Now let's take a quick look at the shards. Want to make sure we're getting all the shardage we can. Please be another Chaos 1 shard pack in here. Or I'd even settle for speed at this point. I'm tired of moving so damn slow. Let's see, what did we get? We did get a Chaos 1 shard pack, and of course the guaranteed Chaos 2. Chaos 2, we got something we can't use, and in Chaos 1, that's not a bad shard. We can use it. Nothing wrong with increased armor, so let's just go ahead and equip that, and away we go. So that will do it for this episode. Thanks an absolute ton for watching. Make sure you click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. As most of you know, I've been saying I do now have a referral code for Dungeon Defenders 2. So if you are in the market of upgrading and buying any of those DD2 packs, there is my partner referral link down in the description below. So no matter what platform you're on, you can get your pack, whatever you're looking for, plus help support the channel at the same time. So thank you all once again, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.